Hey guys, it's Todd from Like-Minded Lunatics bringing you, yes, another drink, play, swear. It's all we do around here. It's all the Chinese fortune cookie that was printed in either Laverne, Tennessee, Houston, Texas, or Brooklyn, New York, told us we were going to be doing around here. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Like-Minded Lunatics, and welcome back to Drink, Play, Swear. If you haven't done so already, bang, you know how to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you nothing, and it helps us out quite a bit. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already, and check out a lot of the other good content on the channel. Oh man, my buddy and writing partner Mark Gifford, let's throw up the Friday night playlist right there. The Friday night videos are the crown jewel of this operation. It's absolutely the best stuff that you're going to see on the channel, on YouTube, period. As far as I'm concerned. Mark does a real good show over there. Okay, what do we do over here at Drink, Play, Swear? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. Play a game, usually a classic one, though not today. New game today. Pair it with a beverage and tell you a story as we go. All right, we're playing Hades today. Hades, lots of folks are saying it's going to be named the game of the year. I don't play modern games as often, but I've been playing this one for the past few days and really enjoying it, so I thought I would fire it up here. This is on the Nintendo Switch. Fire up a little Hades action. Pairing it today with ice cold refreshment. That's a Jim Beam and Coke. Get yourself something. Crisp refreshment. Okay, here we are playing Hades. Now, if you're not familiar with the game, the thing is like you die a lot. You die a lot. I have failed at 38 times at escaping. So you play. It's set in like Greek mythology, okay, and you're like a demigod or whatever, and you're trapped down in hell, and you're trying to get out, and some of the gods are for you and trying to help you out, and some are against you. It's a ton of fun, bloody fun, lots of cool weapons. Let's play a little. Great soundtrack in this game too. That was one of the things I was struck by when I started playing. You know, in my head, modern games are too reliant on 3D, too reliant on the first-person shooter mechanism, and kind of repetitive in the music. And this is none of those things. I love a game like this. So look, here's Pop. See, here's Dad. He doesn't like me too much. Hades, he don't like me. Nope, he doesn't want good things from me. And so we go back and forth and have clever banter. But see, okay, so what you do is you go into your bedroom here. You make sure you're ready for a run, okay? You're ready to go battle. So I'm looking at my reflection here. You see I got all these upgrades here. I'm able to upgrade one today just to help you out little by little. You know, you build towards well, hopefully doing well in the game. I have not done so well, but I got a couple of days experience. So we'll see how I do in this run today. All right, what are we doing for the story? Well, I wanted to tell you today the story about my first job. Now, I've talked about work before. I'm a professor in South Texas at a state university, and have told stories on the channel about that. Remember the gloved man? Remember the crazy gloved man? Crazy is so rude, Todd. Don't do that. And then there was the time I worked at Blockbuster Video, the holiday episode where I talk about Blockbuster Video, working there. But today, it's the first job. My first job. Here's your little practice dummy, and here you can check out all your different keepsakes. I'm sticking with the Lucky Tooth. I like the extra health, and I like this gun, so I'm gonna stick with this. It's what I've been doing the last couple runs. Prepare to fail. I like that in a game, just to let you know that you're gonna fail. It's almost 100% that you're gonna fail. Great, the pressure's off. So I worked at my first job. I didn't get my first job until the summer before my senior year of high school. I was late to it. Most of my friends had already had jobs, and I was looking for some extra cash. I was wanting to go to college and have a little money. and you know, spending cash, and was trying to get my grades together and get out of high school, and thought I'd try and make a little money. And I had a couple of buddies who worked at Sun Harvest Farms, and Sun Harvest Farms was like a health food grocery store. This was in 1998, and it was before like Whole Foods was a big thing. So now we think of Whole Foods and fancy grocery stores that carry all natural products as sort of a given in a big city. But this was a time when they weren't as big, and Sun Harvest was like kind of a small, kind of regional joint, a small store. But my buddy worked there. He got me the job, and I have to say it was a first job. It was fun, traumatic, frustrating, all the things that you come to expect from a life of employment. Whether it's a job you choose to do for a long time or not. You know, there were perks. So I was a bag boy, basically. I bagged groceries, but I also worked in the grocery department, fronting the aisles, meaning, you know, you make the aisles look pretty so that people spend more money and buy stuff there. But there were some perks to this gig. It was a lot of, to be honest, it was a lot of, you know, summer in South Texas, doing carryouts for folks, you know, taking groceries out to their car for them. And, I mean, they're nice enough people, but you get these folks in there that are like, you know, the guy's got like 2 grocery bags, like 2 paper sacks. And, you know, I'm trained to ask, would you like a carry out today? He goes, you know, young man, I think I can get it myself, but why don't I help you get outside a little bit, get some fresh air? Dude, I don't want no fresh air. It's hot out there. I'm sweating. Can you see I'm pouring sweat? I'd never had a job before. I was not prepared to actually work for a living, which is maybe why I spend my life in a classroom. But there were perks, as I said, in the bulk department. This place had a great bulk department, and I was a huge fan of like walking by the salted peanuts or the Gardettos or any number of those treats and just jamming a handful of that stuff right into my pocket, you know. That was awesome. And then like when, I mean, this sounds kind of goofy now, but when I was 17, it was a great idea. When the chip bags would expire, they would just put all the potato chips that were expired in the back room, and you could feast on it. And then there were these vitamin dudes who like worked a different department, wore a better uniform, and they were supposed to be like, you know, nutrition supplement experts. They were older dudes and like thought that they ran the place, but it was cool because they'd like get everybody McDonald's breakfast, and you'd have a sausage biscuit and have to listen to their stories. All in all, it was okay. It was a first job, but man, I was not prepared for the work of it. You know, this is 1998. I believe the minimum wage was like $5.15 or $5.45 in Texas at the time, and that's exactly what I was making because I had no experience. They knew they could pay me the base salary. Let's see. Do I have any goodies? Oh, not enough cash for real goodies. Get some of this.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
I really want one of these. But yeah, my first shift, I remember it would be like 5 or 6 hour shift only. And then, you know, if you're the new guy, you go to lunch whenever no one else wants to go to lunch. And so I was always sent early. So I would like start work at like 7 a.m. and they'd send me to lunch at like 9 or 9:30. And whenever it was, there was this Schlotzsky's, this sandwich place next door. I remember going in there after the first day, on my break, the first day. I've been working 2 hours, so I've made like $10, right? At the time, I was a cigarette smoker, so I went to the gas station and bought a pack of cigarettes. That was $5. And then I went to Schlotzsky's and got a personal pan pizza and Coke, and that was $5. So I had just spent the $10 I had earned. Oh boy. I could see that I had been spoiled my entire childhood, asking for stuff from my parents and it just coming to me. So I had some things to learn. But man, they worked me hard in that job, and you could tell they were having fun doing it. There were 3 managers. One was Ed. I don't remember his last name, but I'm saying his name out loud because I didn't care for him too much. He was hard on me and he enjoyed it. He had a big smile on his face. You know, there were a couple of the guys, you know, who would be up front with you and be like, Todd, we need to see you working hard out there, and if we can trust you, and we know that if, you know, you're left to your own devices, you're going to get stuff done, I'm going to leave you alone. But until I know that, I'm going to be riding you, son. So they're having me do crazy stuff. Ed having me do crazy stuff like pulling out the refrigerator in the back room and mopping back there. This is not even a customer service area. Cleaning up soy milk residue on the floor. Rice milk and soy milk. No offense, soy milk consumers. But my favorite story from that time was actually the day my last day. So I was going off to college. This would have been the second summer that I was working there. The very last time I was employed by Sun Harvest and worked for Ed. And it's my last day, and they're very unceremonious about it. I don't even think anyone realized it was my last day, but obviously I did. And you know what? I remember a couple of the cashiers, you know, sweet ladies, remembered, and they were kind to me and always listen to my dumb stories, like I tell on here. But all right, here we go. Yeah, I need that. Now what do we got here? Options. Okay. Let's go over here. It's a labyrinth, and in this game, it's different every time. I think there are like 14 encounters before you get to a boss, and I'm hoping today I can get to a boss and show you the first kind of encounter here. I love this projectile weapon. It's the one I've been using the most, but they all have their charm. All right, so it's my last day, and Ed, I've got like 30 minutes left on my shift. You know, I'm just hanging out in the back, like trying to not be noticed, just trying to get out of there. I remember I would volunteer to do trash duty, and trash duty was rough because they had these rotisserie chickens. Oop, look, I died, but I got this bonus life here. I'm not doing very well. They had these rotisserie chickens that were fantastic at Sun Harvest, and if you were there at closing time and they hadn't sold, they would actually give you one. They were really good. I just eat it with my fingers in the parking lot. But at the end of the day, if you were on trash duty, they would kind of leave you alone back there because it was disgusting work and no one wanted to help you. And so you got to kind of be alone, and you got to take as long as you wanted with it. And there were these cartons of like, you know, chicken blood and all these leftover you know, carcasses and stuff from the rotisserie chicken. So it was disgusting, but if you wanted to be alone, and as I said, I was a cigarette smoker way back then, I would stand outside and smoke cigarettes. But anyway, it's my last day, 30 minutes left of my final shift, and here comes Ed. And I think maybe Ed's gonna say something nice or some kind of goodbye message, because I know he's going on lunch. So he's gonna be on lunch when I leave, fine with me. But he comes over to talk to me. And that's when I realized that he doesn't, in fact, know it's my last day. And he gives me a laundry list of things to do. And he's talking to me about what we're going to be doing tomorrow and what we're going to be doing next week, stocking the shelves and all this stuff. And I realized this dude has no idea what... So instead of correcting him to exact my little tiny bit of revenge on Ed for torturing me, ooh, let's do this bad boy.
I'll pay for that.
Yeah, this looks real good.
My senses.
All right. I decided not to tell him that it's my last day, and so he goes on for like 20 minutes on my last shift about everything he wants me to do for closing, even though I'm not working closing. Look at this. All right, first boss. This is one of the Fury sisters, and this is the creepiest sister. She just says murder, murder, murder over and over.
Subject, please.
The character you play in this game is great. Sarcastic, funny. Let's see how we do against her. So I don't say anything, I just let him go on and on about all the stuff I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm just daydreaming about the fact that tomorrow I'm going to be getting ready for college and packing up, and I'm not going to be working there. So my shift is wrapping up, and I go to punch out, and Ed is punching out at the same time. And he's going to lunch. And he says, where you going, Todd? And I said, I'm done, sir. And he goes, oh, you're done for the day? I go, today's my last day, Ed. And he's like, oh, you mean you let me run through that whole thing to you? Uh-oh. Okay, this is my last chance here. Let's see if we can do it. And I said, yeah, I did. And I just walked off. Is that rude? Am I the bad guy in that situation? I don't know. Could be. How many situations can you think back on? And you think at the time, you know, of course, you're always the good guy in your own story. But now I think like, oh, I thought I was toast. Now I think back, oh, I should be doing this stuff. Yes, murder, we got it. Got her. See? Not bad. Now, there are many more bosses after this that you have to clear before you get to the final boss. I'm not anywhere close to that skill set. I just sort of got out of the novice field, I think, figuring out the game. Fun game. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's I think it was just released on all the other consoles. But it's a good time. Oh, geez, look at this beverage. Okay, let's work on this here. Sun Harvest Farms. I didn't even get into the fact that the big boss there, the guy that ran the place, didn't really work very much. He came in early. I guess he did the books, he did the numbers. Then he would go to lunch for 3 hours at the bar next door, and then he would come back and flirt with the female employees. Yo. That's it for today. Thanks for playing Hades with me and for sharing in my first awful job. I bet you had a first awful job too. And if you're young enough to be in your first awful job, let's just say, grin and bear it. You're going to get through it, I promise. And one day you'll be an old dude playing games, telling people about it. In between now and the next time I talk to you, I'm Todd. See ya.